Hello, I'm Steve Perkins, the Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, and I have a very interesting chest here to talk about today. It's part of a larger collection from the Fukuda family here in Barre that includes clothing and a good number of documents in our library as well. The chest represents a story that transcends much of the 20th century and even back into the 19th century that really talks about our American immigrant experience. The chest belonged to doctors David and Mashika Nakamura Fukuda, both trained in Japan and both children of lifelong friends who came to the United States around the time of World War I. Now, it wasn't a great time to be Japanese living on the west coast of the United States in the late 20s and early 30s as relations with Japan started to deteriorate and rampant racism was taking place in American cities. So ultimately, the Fukuda family decided that they would move back to Japan. David grew up in Japan, followed his father into the medical field and attended medical school in Japan. And of course, he was in medical school during the war years. His wife was brought up in Japan, born in Japan, brought up in Japan, and also became a doctor, went to a female medical school in Tokyo, and was in Tokyo during the firebombing of Tokyo by MacArthur's forces. And she was an OBGYN and then later a surgical doctor and practiced medicine in Japan throughout the 1940s. They didn't really know each other until they were adults. He was almost finishing medical school, she was done with medical school, and it was somewhat of an arranged marriage, but because of the close connections with the family, it was kind of bringing old friends together. He applied for, at the end of the war, and obtained a scholarship. We now know them as Fulbright scholarships to study in the United States, and studied in Burlington, Vermont at UVM under Dr. Abajian in anesthesiology, which was a kind of a new growing field of medicine, and ultimately came back to the U.S. During that study with Dr. Abajian, he said that he felt, I am more American than I am Japanese, and decided he would move his family to the United States or back to the United States. So he applied for a full residency at the UVM College of Medicine and moved his family to the United States in 1955. This trunk being one of the trunks involved in that move. After practicing in Burlington, they ended up moving to Barre, right here, and he worked as really kind of the only anesthesiologist in the central Vermont at Barre City Hospital, which is across the street from the Vermont Historical Society, for over 30 years. So this chest, or footlocker as it's called, is representative of one family's story, but really is indicative of all of our stories, the immigrant story to Vermont, to the United States, and you can learn about so many of these incredible people, their stories, their travels at your local historical society or here at the Vermont Historical Society. If you'd like to learn more, come visit us, check out this stuff in our library and collections, or visit us on social media.